get into today's video, I would just like to ask you all to do a favor for me, okay? You see these things that have popped up on my face just to ruin my day? Let's just ignore them because they were not invited to this recording. They just decided to show up last night and ruin my time. So if we could just ignore them, that would be great. All right, let's move on. Hey guys, welcome back to the Serious Sizer channel and welcome to a new video. Welcome to this week's video where today we are doing the end of the year book tag. I was not tagged by anybody specifically for this tag, but I saw it on Grace with Books, Shelby's channel, and I wanted to give it a go myself, so here we are. And jumping into the first question of this tag, the first question is, are there any books that you started this year that you need to finish? The answer for me is no, because I never really DNF books, but if I do DNF a book, I usually don't come back to it. So for me, no, I have started and finished every book that I have read so far this year. The second question on this tag is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? So the short answer for me is no, I do not have a book that I reach for every year around this time that transitions from fall to winter. However, I did read a book this year that I think might be my transition book for next year. And if I had to nominate a book for this purpose, I think a good book would be Someday by David Levithan. I read this book actually in the summer this year, and I don't think I'm making this up. I think it begins around like the autumn time, and I know for sure that it ends in the winter in New York City. So if I had to nominate a book that might become my like fall to winter transition book, it'll be that. The third question of this tag is there a new release that you're still waiting for? Honestly, I don't think I'm waiting for any new releases. I have been kind of bad about keeping up with new releases in 2019 anyway. I think the only ones that I super jumped on was Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim and The Storm Crow by Kaylin Josephson. But besides those two books being new releases and me getting them like right as they came out, I haven't been keeping up with new releases, and I don't know of any that are coming out before the beginning of 2020, so no. Question number 4 is, what 3 books do you want to read before the end of the year? And I've came prepared. The book that I definitely want to get to, that I own, that I will get to because it was on my November TBR and definitely did not get read in November, is Obsidio by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. Hopefully by the time this video goes up, I will have this book read and reviewed on my blog, but if not, like, bad Sierra. And the other 2 books that I want to get to before the end of the year, mostly because they are NetGalley arcs that come out in January, is We Used to Be Friends and Don't Read the Comments. I am due to review these books, and I really hope I have them done by the time this video goes up or soon after this video goes up. The 5th question of this tag is there a book that you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Seeing as though how crazy December is going to be for me, hence the reason that I am pre-recording all these videos in the first place, I don't think that there's going to be any book that's going to totally take my #1 place of my read for this year. But if I had to nominate a book that might be a really close favorite of mine of the year, is definitely going to be Obsidio. And for the last question of this tag, question number 6 is, have you already started making reading plans for 2020? So I do have a few reading plans already lined up for 2020, mostly because they are arcs that come out early 2020, so like February and March. I have 2 books that are arcs that I need to read in January/February and get reviewed and things. And then I also have a couple sequels of series that are coming out in 2020 that I'm going to definitely be reading, so there are things like that. But I definitely do not have a reading plan like for month to month laid out in front of me already, and honestly, if you do, I am proud of you and I wish to be that organized. So there you have it. There's the end of this week's video, and the fact that this week's video is so short is brought to you by the fact that I just got a low battery warning on my camera and it's definitely not about to shut off. If you have done the end of the year book tag on your booktube channel, please tell me below. I would love to check out some of your guys' answers. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on the channel next Sunday. Bye! Oh no! Okay, let's not do that. That wasn't supposed to happen. Stop! Oh cool, love that. And while we're talking about characters, I just want to say that the emotion... Stop! Stay back. First of all, finishing Girls of Paper. Whoa, okay, let's restart that.